did it take for you to finish the Curious Garden program?
Curious Garden took me about a year and a half to make, from beginning to end, which is a long time for me. My books usually take me a little less than a year, but this was a special book for me, so it had to take longer.
I still remember on the day of storytelling, because these days when we do storytelling, we don't just have the book, we have a projector to show all the pages on the screen for the children to see. So when they look at the picture, they went like, wow, after they saw in the beginning how dreary the place was, and then it changes. So they were really happy to see the changes.
Good.
It's just so beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I had fun. It was perfect, sort of the dream book for me, because it combined all of my favorite things to draw, which was plants and flowers and old buildings, and so I just had so much fun with it.
Well, we have so much fun reading your book, looking at the pictures. And especially the children, when they love a picture book, they love reading over it over and over again, and they always notice different details each time they read.
Yeah, I love that. I try to make books that can be enjoyable the first time you read it and the 20th time you read it, so.
It's just so beautiful. And it's got such an important message. And apart from Curious Garden, we did the Children Make Terrible Pets, and that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to read. And your drawings are very different from the Curious Garden.
That's right.
So we had such a great time enjoying the stories. It was the first time for us to do 2 stories by the same author at one session, and they just love it.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, every time I have a new idea for a book, I like to think about what I need to do with the artwork to best tell that story visually. And so for the Children Make Terrible Pets and the new book with Lucy, You Will Be My Friend, I decided that I wanted to do some different things because the story was so different, and I needed the character to be exuberant, and it's a bear, and I didn't want her to be a scary character, so I had to make her kind of simplified and cartoony.
So tell me, how many languages have your books been translated in?
I've sort of lost count. I think it's around 15. Yeah. But yeah, it's available. My books are available all over the place, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think on your website you put down something like your books are available wherever books are sold, something like that.
Yeah, well, that's sort of an American term for just saying that if you go in America, if you go to a bookstore, you'll find my books, which is true. I guess technically it's not true about the entire world. But.
So your book's being translated in 50 languages. Have you visited those countries where your book's being translated into?
No. Well, I mean, I've been to some of those countries, but not since my books have been published there. My books are available in France, for example, and I've been to France several times, but no, I haven't been to France since they began selling my books.
So where are you going after Hong Kong? I know you're leaving in an hour's time, and thank you so much for coming to Blooming Club for an interview.
Of course.
So you're finishing this?
Yes, I'm almost done. Sorry.
A couple of minutes more.
Yeah. And
it is really wonderful to have you with us today.
And I'll finish here with the bird. And
I have another question, actually, I forgot to ask you. Children Make Terrible Pets.
Yes.
You put down in the inside back cover the reason why you came up with this book. Can you tell the readers as well? Because I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, I grew up in a place where there was lots of forests and farmland, and I would spend a lot of my time outside climbing trees and getting dirty, and you know, I would sometimes find animals in the woods like little turtles or frogs, and I would sometimes pick up a turtle and walk home to my mom, to my house, and ask my mom if I could keep the turtle as a pet. And my mom would always tell me that wild animals make terrible pets. And I would try to convince her that this wild animal would make a good pet, but she never believed me, so I would have to take the turtle or the animal back and say goodbye. And she would sometimes ask me how I would feel if suddenly I was picked up and brought home to be a pet. And at the time I thought that sounded like fun, actually. So I was thinking about that idea, and I thought it'd be funny to tell a story where that's what happened, where a wild animal walks out into the woods and finds a little boy and picks him up and brings him home to her mama bear, and says, "Yo, Mom, can I keep this little guy as a pet?" So that's where I came up with the idea for a children's story.
I don't think those readers who have heard the story will bring up something from outside, from the woods and from
Hopefully
the park
not.
to
Hopefully
keep them as pets.
Yeah.
So, are we going to name here?
Oh, let me see. I'm sitting over here.
This is great. Oh, one more thing, can you put to Blooming Club and then sign?
Sure. Blooming Club.
Yes, yes. This is mine. This is Blooming.
Very good.
所以我哋可以其實可以個好寫嘅，咁樣我哋照射埲牆頭，跟住我哋先做。
Oh,
How's that?
isn't this lovely? Let me get rid of, take away my card first. Yes, so everybody to see. Okay, thank you very much, Peter.
My pleasure.